Hey guys, I wanted to do a video on these doors that I built for my Harbor Freight greenhouse. Now I have said in the past that I'm going to build a new greenhouse, and that is true, but I didn't want to go another winter with the junky old doors that were on there before. The ones that just were sliding on that rotty old rail, and they never sealed tight. The wind came along and they sounded like they were going to go, blowing off, and so I just decided that I'm going to just build some quick and easy wooden doors with some roll plastic, and this is just temporary, but I mean they're built well enough so that if you wanted to leave them on there for 10-15 years you probably could. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did these doors, and they're really simple, really easy to make. Okay, so the first thing I did was remove the old doors and the old rail. It was just a few T-bolts here, and I just unscrewed them, and it actually came off pretty easily. Then on the bottom, I just removed the old rail part on the bottom. I left the actual frame on the bottom, as you can see here, and because that's where the new door frame is going to sit, right on top of that. So this is the door frame. Now what I did was, this here has to be flush with the outside, and so this cantilever's over right here a couple inches. And the reason being is because up on the top there's a lip, and I'll show you that in a second. But what I went ahead and did was just screwed into this here, made it flush along here, and screwed into here every foot or so. And so let me show you the top. So up at the top of this was a lip. This is where the old rail was for the sliding doors. And so this has to come up against flush with this. So I couldn't move this whole frame over and straddle this framing, the old metal framing, and so it just had to stay flush with this outside, and that's why it cantilevers over just inside, which is fine. This is nice and solid, it's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so each door is just shy of 74 inches high. It's actually 73 7/8, and that's the two side rails here, the uprights. And then I'm going to put 3 cross rails in, and the width of each of these doors is 32.5, because the total overall width is 65. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use biscuits to join these, and I'm going to have 3. I'm going to have one on the top, one in the middle, and then one on the very bottom. Okay, so there it is, all clamped up, and I'm going to let it dry overnight, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the plastic on it. Okay, so there is one door done. Now let me show you the plastic that I just used, the regular roll stuff. this here. It's you know, it's the stuff that comes in the big sheet rolled up. I didn't want to use the panels that came off the original sliding doors because they were falling apart and you could actually put your finger right through them. So this is a temporary solution. If I was going to actually keep this greenhouse, then I would probably buy some more sheeting and just put the sheeting on. But let me show you inside. And no, also these here, I didn't worry about putting the hinges, like, you know, cutting away, notching, and then having them go inside so you don't see this part here. I didn't worry about that because this thing, I just put it all together in just like an hour or so. Okay, so on the inside here, I just took this these pieces of stripping here and just screwed them over top of the plastic just to hold it on. I just tightened it up, and it works really well. And this is gonna last long enough. I mean, this would probably last years, but it doesn't need to. It's just got to get through the winter. And then down here, I'm going to put some stops in so that this will just it'll stop and not it won't come in too far. Okay, so on the inside of the door, I went ahead and put stops on the top and bottom, so the doors shut flush, just like that. And then I'm not gonna shut it all the way because I haven't put my knob on yet. But anyway, just like that, it just nice snug fit. I wanted to get it as snug as I could because I didn't want a big gap here. I'm still going to put a weather stripping on the inside of here so that when I shut this, there is no gap. Okay, so I had to grab my GoPro because my regular camera wouldn't do this wide of an angle. I'm inside the greenhouse and I wanted to show you the braces that I put in. Now the braces are just regular 2x4s. Let me show you. Go up, and they are driven into the ground about a foot and a half. Now I did not use treated because, like I say, this is a temporary solution for me. If I was going to have this for another 10-15 years, then I would have used treated and I would have cemented those in. But there's also one on the other side right there too. And so this is solid. This is not going anywhere. I don't care what kind of wind we have. Okay, so this left door here is pretty much stationary. I'm not going to be using it that much unless I want to bring, you know, like shelving or something in and out. So I won't be using this door all the time. So I put these latches on the top and bottom to keep it from opening when I open up the right-hand door. So this will pretty much stay closed all the time. And then on the door here, I'm just going to put a latch, and I'll show you that on the outside. Okay, so there are the completed doors. Now, well, almost completed. The only thing left to do is to put a stain or a paint on them. But I need a window of like 3 or 4 days where it's not raining, so that might be a while here in Southern Oregon. But I went ahead and put a latch on the front. Now, if you do these doors, you might want to go about 1/8 of an inch narrower because the doors, I made them friction fit, and the doors, after I put them on, did expand a little bit, and I had to do a little bit of shaving. Now, it wasn't much. I could have slammed the doors, and they would have shut perfectly fine, but instead, I wanted them to be able to shut comfortably. So I'm still going to put weather stripping on the inside anyway, so it worked out fine. So anyways, there are the completed doors. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you later.